The T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas thrums with a primal volcanic charge, the kind of energy that only a generational lightweight clash can ignite. The crowd's roar is a living, breathing entity, swelling and crashing like tidal waves against the concrete walls as the lights dim and the spotlight locks onto the ring with laser precision. Thousands of fans pack the stands, their voices blending into a single pulsating storm of anticipation. American flags and Mexican tricolors waving in defiance and pride. Chants of Shakur, Shakur, and Zepeda, Zepeda, rising in rhythmic defiance. Two titans of the 135-pound division, each forged in the fires of hardship and triumph, stand ready for a collision that will etch itself into boxing history. Shakur Stevenson, the 22-0 American prodigy from Newark, New Jersey, radiates icy precision, his eyes sharp and unyielding, his defensive genius in counterpunching a puzzle no opponent has ever fully solved. Across from him, Zepeda Segura, the 30-0 Mexican destroyer from San Mateo Atenco, exudes relentless fury, his stare burning with the hunger of a man who has bulldozed through every challenge, his volume and pressure a human buzzsaw that chews up distance and spits out broken dreams. The referee issues final instructions with a stern nod. Gloves crack together with a sharp, resonant thud, and the bell unleashes a war captured in stunning high definition. Every moment razor sharp, every punch crisp, every bead of sweat crystal clear for fans to relive again and again. Round one ignites with tension thick enough to cut with a blade. Shakur glides left like a phantom, his jab a laser-guided missile that snaps Zepeda's head back with surgical accuracy, each thrust landing with a crack that echoes through the arena. His footwork is poetry in motion, pivoting and sliding to evade Williams' relentless advance, making the Mexican swing at shadows. Zepeda presses forward with the ferocity of a freight train, unloading a high-volume flurry that whistles past air, his hooks and body shots searching for purchase. The crowd roars as Shakur lands a crisp counter left hand that halts Zepeda's momentum, William answering with a thudding body shot that digs deep into the American's midsection. Shakur's speed dazzles, his punches landing with pinpoint placement, but Zepeda's pressure looms like a storm cloud, grazing with a looping hook that draws a sharp intake of breath from the front row. The round ends with a sharp, technical exchange in the center of the ring, neither man yielding an inch, the HD cameras capturing every bead of sweat in crystalline detail, every twitch of muscle, every flicker of intent in their eyes. Round 2 sees Zepeda crank the volume to deafening levels, his eyes narrowing as he senses an opportunity to impose his will. He marches forward with calculated menace, winging hooks like artillery shells. Left, right, left, body, head, each one landing with thudding authority when it connects. Shakur slips most with shoulder rolls and head movement that would make Mayweather proud, countering with a vicious uppercut that lifts Zepeda's chin and halts the Mexican momentarily. A rare crack in the buzzsaw's armor. The HD footage shows sweat spraying like shards of glass under the bright lights, each droplet catching the glow as it arcs through the air, a visual testament to the intensity of the battle. Zepeda's bodywork begins to stack damage, thudding, shots to Shakur's midsection that force labored breaths, but Stevenson's angles frustrate, pivoting away and landing a crisp 1-2 that reddens Williams' cheek. The commentators, voices rising with excitement, note Zepeda's inhuman output but warn that Shakur's precision could wear him down if the American survives the early storm. The round closes with Shakur landing a 3-punch flurry, jab, cross hook, that snaps Zepeda's head in 3 directions, the crowd erupting as the Mexican absorbs the barrage with gritted teeth. Round 3 shifts into overdrive, the pace quickening as Zepeda's confidence surges. His combinations flow like a machine gun, a left hook catching Shakur flush and rocking him briefly, the American's legs stiffening for a split second as the arena holds its breath. The crowd senses an upset brewing like a desert storm, but Shakur is a prodigy. He recovers with heart and fire, landing a straight left hand of his own that snaps Zepeda's head back with a crack that echoes through the rafters. The HD slow motion. Replay is stunning and brutal. Shakur's counter lands with pinpoint force, Williams' face rippling like water disturbed by a stone, his mouthpiece nearly dislodged. Both men stand firm in the center of the ring, trading blows with reckless abandon, the air thick with the scent of sweat and adrenaline. Zepeda recovers with a thudding body shot, but Shakur answers with an uppercut that draws first blood from the Mexican's nose. The bell rings, both fighters unbowed, the arena electric with the realization that this is a war, not a fight. Round 4 becomes a masterclass in ring generalship, a brief respite in the storm as both men recalibrate. Shakur, recognizing the need to disrupt Zepeda's rhythm, cuts angles with predatory precision, darting in and out with quick combinations to frustrate the Mexican's advance and draw cheers from the American contingent. Zepeda, ever patient, cuts off the ring with the efficiency of a veteran, his body shot stacking damage like a slow-burning fire, each thud to Shakur's midsection, sapping his energy and forcing labored breaths. A sharp left hand from Zepeda clips Shakur's temple, but Stevenson fires back with a counterhook that briefly halts the Mexican's momentum. A moment of brilliance that reminds everyone of his power. The HD footage captures every nuance, the flex of muscle under strain, the glint of sweat on flushed skin, the fire burning in their eyes. Shakur's corner urges more movement, more counters, while Zepeda's team pushes for volume and pressure. The round ends with a blistering exchange near the ropes, neither man yielding, the crowd leaping to its feet in a standing ovation. Round 5 marks Shakur's ascendancy, a turning of the tide as the American finds his rhythm. His counters become suffocating, pinning Zepeda against the ropes with precision hooks and uppercuts that land with machine-like consistency. Williams' durability, legendary from wars in Mexico and beyond, shines through as he absorbs the punishment and fires back with a heavy hook that grazes Shakur's temple. But Stevenson's footwork keeps him elusive, slipping punches and landing, a vicious left hand to Zepeda's body that forces a grimace from the Mexican. The HD replay shows the shot's devastation in excruciating detail. Zepeda's torso folding inward as he gasps for air, his face contorted in pain. The commentators marvel at Shakur's resilience, his ability to weather the early storm and strike back with authority, but warn that Zepeda's volume remains a constant threat. The bell saves William, but Shakur's momentum is now building like a freight train. Round 6 is pivotal, a round that will be replayed for years. Zepeda, sensing the fight slipping away like sand through his fingers, unleashes a desperate barrage, his hook landing flush on Shakur's jaw with a crack that echoes through the arena. The crowd roars, hoping for the Mexican's return, but Shakur's chin holds firm, forged in the fires of Olympic gold and professional wars, and he responds with a devastating combination that wobbles Zepeda from temple to toe. Shakur surges forward, his punches a relentless blur of speed and power, trapping William in a corner like a predator cornering prey. A left hook to the body doubles Zepeda over, setting up a crushing right uppercut that buckles the Mexican's legs, sending him staggering backward. The arena erupts in a deafening roar, but the bell rings just before Shakur can finish, saving Zepeda from certain doom. The HD footage captures the near knockdown in fluid, heart-stopping detail. Zepeda's eyes wide with shock, his balance gone, his body swaying like a tree in a storm. Round 7 sees Shakur in full control, his movement relentless and predatory as he circles Zepeda like a shark scenting blood. He lands precise combinations, jab, cross, hook, body shot, each punch placed with surgical intent wearing down the Mexican's defenses. Zepeda fights back with heart, landing a heavy right hand that briefly halts Shakur's advance. A flicker of hope for his corner, but the American's speed and angles are overwhelming. A sharp left to Zepeda's jaw draws a collective gasp from the crowd. The HD replay showing the punch's brutal impact, Williams' head snapping sideways, his mouthpiece nearly dislodged. Zepeda's corner screams for more volume, more pressure, anything to stem the tide, but Shakur's angles keep him at bay, untouchable and unforgiving.